What's going on, guys? So today I want to make a quick video for you talking about why the YouTube creator Jack Denmo is an absolute legend and a really underrated YouTuber. Now you might be wondering, if you don't know who he is, who's this Jack Denmo guy? Like why are we talking about him? So basically, in my opinion, he's one of the most underrated and best men's self-improvement creators. And he's done podcasts, he's done a bunch of YouTube, and I'll tell you why. Because basically he covers just about everything in terms of building yourself up as a man, and he doesn't leave anything out, right? You know, he talks a lot about how to build yourself in terms of like working like a 9 to 5 that maybe you're not so into building a career or a business in person or online, so you can get out of the lifestyle that you're wanting to move away from into essentially that future best self. And also he talks about essentially, like, he calls out things like monk mode, which, if you don't know, it's something a lot of YouTubers and people were talking about for a while, that they would take it to the extreme, right? They would like say like, take 6 months and lock in, bro, and don't talk to anybody and just work really hard. And not all of them said don't talk to anybody, but I think a lot of the self-improvement consumers, the people watching it, would do that, right? Like they would isolate themselves and do a lot of, work on their business or in the gym, and so they were doing better in those aspects, but they weren't doing so well in terms of their social life, which is one of the best things about Jack Denmo's content. So right now you can find him under the YouTube name Denmo. And the reason that that's one of the best parts about his content, right, is because he talks a lot about the social aspect of this. Because socializing is so, like, it's, people like sweep it under the rug and they say, oh, just go monk mode, bro, like just work hard, like, work on yourself, king, blah blah blah. And they isolate themselves, and basically a lot of guys are becoming socially inept. Like they're really struggling to be friendly, like just have like a good conversation with their family, their friends, and then also meet women who might be a good fit for their lives, like healthy, high quality potential partners or dates, right? And I love that Jack Denmo touches on this, because he's right. I mean, it's social skills, meaning social skills, right? Skills means it's something that you can get better at and develop. So if you put it off, like there's tons of examples. I used to have tons of consulting calls with guys that basically they were that guy exactly. Like they were a doctor and a lawyer and buff, really like they seemed really great on paper. They had everything down but the social life. And maybe they even had some good friends, but they really, really struggled with women and dating because they put it off for so long, right? Or they took a long break from it, and so coming back into it, like they're like super awkward. Like you might have heard the term like a Chad before, right? Like you look at a guy and you're like that's a good looking dude. Like he probably does really well in dating, right? And then some guys who are like that don't, because of that exact situation, right? They like overthink everything, and they put dating off or took a long break, and they got everything else handled but the social life. So this is like one of the number one reasons that Jack is a legend, and I highly recommend checking out his content under the name Denmo on YouTube. He actually had several other channels before. It's funny because he started out doing like street interviews and like different like podcasts, and also he had a channel just with his name, like Jack Denmo, and you can still find it on YouTube. I think it was maybe suppressed in the algorithm or something, but he had like over 1 million subscribers on that channel, and it was a lot of just like he would do either the street interviews or pranks. Like you've probably seen some of those prank channels. And he also started doing a lot of approaching women videos, like showing guys how to essentially successfully like walk up to a girl, feel confident, say something funny maybe, and turn it into a fun interaction where you can turn it into a date on the spot, right? And that is like so underrated and so valuable. It's funny because I think he got a lot of subscribers from that. Like a lot of guys really resonated, like because they were probably looking up like how to do that. Since then, there's been a lot of channels that have blown up from doing that same kind of thing. But this is a long way of saying, if any of what I just said resonates with you, I highly recommend checking out Jack Denmo. Super cool dude, very down to earth. He's funny, right? And funny enough, he was one of the guys. It was Jack Denmo, Hamza, and Jack Hopkins. They all have YouTube channels. You know, they had all been in like Thailand and Bali and these different spots, and they inspired me to essentially start working remotely so that I could start living the life I really wanted, which is another really valuable aspect of watching some of these guys, right? Is thinking like, whoa, like if they can do it, I can do it too. Like let me work to be the man that I really want to be and live the lifestyle that I really want to live, right? So bringing that future self into now, like I talk about a lot here. So basically, that's a long way of saying check these guys out. They inspired me to get out. So I've been in Latin America and Asia a bit now, still exploring, but it's been a lot of fun, and I'm super grateful for these guys and their content. So all I can say is go check them out, and I hope this helps. You got this, bro.